Adobe Photoshop is the staple for professionals that are having anything to do with video and graphic arts. It's the must-have software tool in the industry. The last few earnings reports for Adobe have been a little rough, and the stock price has had some pretty big moves up and down, but mostly down. Last time they beat on both the top and bottom lines, earnings and revenue, but they guided lower and the stock price dropped 40 points. Now, with the stock price at $551, do you think it's a bargain? Let's take a deeper dive into Adobe and see what it may have in store for the future. Dan Gallagher wrote an article and he talked about how Adobe is finding the AI hype is a two-edged sword. He talks about creating professional level images is much harder than it looks. Creating trouble for the maker of Photoshop, which is Adobe, turns out to be a lot easier. Now, the company's last earnings report in December included a forecast that investors found very disappointing, for it lacked the AI contributions to the company's growth prospects. And OpenAI's announcement last month of a new text-to-video creation tool called Sora caused further worry. Adobe's shares tumbled nearly 10% since that announcement. Adobe's stock spent the first few months of last year in the doghouse, in part on worries about the competitive threat of an earlier generation AI image creation tools such as ADBE. But Adobe's first unveiling of its own AI tool called Firefly in March of that year quickly touched up the picture. Adobe's stock price shot up 77% in 2023. The roller coaster performance of Adobe's stock over the last year is a good indication of how investors are trying to grapple with the potentially disruptive effects of generative AI. Free public tools like DALL-E allowed users to create realistic images of outlandish concepts like the Pope in a puffer coat. They also were prone to errors. Such tools therefore have limited appeal for the professional content creators that make up the bulk of Adobe's customer base. That is really the differentiator. Sora isn't even publicly available yet. OpenAI conceded in its announcement that the current model has weaknesses, where it may be prone to errors like inaccurately simulating the physics of a complex scene. Simply creating an image or video doesn't cover the need for asset editing, processing, storing, and publishing to a large professional end market. That's what Adobe does best and what their platform provides. Adobe's president of digital media, David Wadhwani, said during December's earnings call that recent pricing changes for the company's products, including its AI tools, will be more visible in the company's numbers during the back half of the year. So hey, let's hope that Adobe's stock price doesn't follow that as well and wait until the second half of the year. The stock's weakness over the past few months offers a better setup, with Adobe shares now trading at a discount to Microsoft on a multiple of forward earnings, and a major user conference called Adobe Summit taking place later this month also could help Adobe push its new AI message further to its customer base, many of whom can't afford to take chances on free public tools that spit out unreliable results. Guys, there's really no comparison with the free stuff versus the professional tools that Adobe offers and their customers absolutely need. With Adobe's stock price at $551 for just one share, if you have a small account, it may be difficult to buy shares of Adobe. However, utilizing options, risk can be reduced and they can allow you to control more shares of stock for less dollars invested up front. If you're interested in reducing risk and getting more bang for your buck with options, be sure and download the free options workshop in the link below. It talks about the two main benefits of trading options over buying stocks. We also have a very reasonably priced paid course that goes into detail and covers all the ins and outs of options trading. Use the link below and open an account with Moomoo. You can get 5 free stocks valued up to $2,000 each for opening an account with just a $100 deposit. And if you want 15 free stocks, deposit just $1,000 and earn 5.1% on your money and an extra 3% for 3 months, so 8.1%. You also get the free charting software that comes along with it. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial planner and I'm not recommending trades. Please do your own research, and if you're new or learning options, I recommend you start small. All right, now let's take a look at the fundamentals. Get into where we are price-wise with Adobe, and then I'll show you the option trade that I'm putting on this week. Looking at the income statement, revenues and net income are increasing year over year and quarter over quarter. The balance sheet shows increasing assets while liabilities are staying in check. So the fundamentals of the company are extremely solid. When we look at the 1-year chart for Adobe on the free Moo charting software that you get when you open an account, we can see that the Adobe stock price is trending up within a channel. We are at the bottom range of that channel, so I'm looking for a move back up into the middle of the channel at least. We should also keep in mind that just back in November of 2021, Adobe's stock price was up near $700 per share in the $690 price range. Since Adobe is reporting on Thursday, March 14th after the close, we will want to wait to place our trade until just prior to the close on Thursday. The CPI and PPI inflation numbers will already have been out, and the market should have already priced in those numbers. They can move the market, so it's nice to have those numbers already baked in. Open up the March 15th option chain. Click on the bid to sell the 530 put option and the ask to buy the 520 put option, and we collect $3.43 for selling this put spread. Since one option contract controls 100 shares of stock, this is really $343 that we collect right upon placing the trade. This only utilizes $657 in buying power, which is the amount of money that is needed in our account to place the trade. So that's a pretty good return on investment if the stock price moves up and we are winners. So as long as the stock price stays above the $530 short put strike price by Friday, March 15th, then we keep the entire $343. The profit zone is in green, and we even make money if the stock price drops a little from the $551 where it is priced at today. Now guys, do your own research. I'm not recommending this trade. I'm only letting you know what I'm doing now in Adobe. There is always a chance that the Adobe earnings misses on their numbers and guides lower, something like that, and the stock price moves down. They can even beat and the stock price can still move down. I'm hoping that's not the case with the price already having taken a hit, and I'm betting that it does move up and I can make some quick profits. However, if it does move against me, I will roll my put spread immediately when the market opens on Friday the 15th while IVR is still high but collapsing, and I'm going to roll it out to the April option chain and hopefully collect additional premium if that happens. This will allow additional time for the stock price to rebound and come back. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Let me know if you think this generative AI is overdone right now, and if you think OpenAI and some of these free generative AI apps will really affect Adobe's bottom line moving forward. I put a link down below for the free options workshop. Be sure and grab that. Remember to grab your free 15 stocks from Moo in the link below. Remember to hit like and subscribe, leave a comment, ask a question. I'll answer every one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.